Hi guys! So today we're gonna do a book haul of the books I got in Big Bad Wolf. So this is the pile. Wait, I don't know if I should handle the pile. Here. Oh no, I'm moving!
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
So the first book I got is City of Thorns by Ben Rollins. This is a non-fiction book I've been meaning to get for quite a long time, and it's basically set in the Dadaab refugee camp in northern Kenya, and we follow 9 lives in this refugee camp, and it is the world's largest refugee camp. So I really wanted to read this story because I was starting to read up a little bit more on refugee stories, and this is a book that repeatedly kept coming up. Also, John Green on his YouTube channel, in one of his videos, he recommended City of Thorns, and I thought, okay, that's definitely a great recommendation to go up with. So, City of Thorns. Okay, where do I keep the books? Keep it here. So the next book I have here is also a nonfiction, and this is An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth by Colonel Chris Hadfield. Crap, I'm moving. And this is another book that I wanted to read quite a long time ago, and then I kind of forgot about it. And while I was shopping at Big Bad Wolf online, I saw it and I got really excited, because the reason I kind of gave up on it is because I couldn't find it anywhere, so I just gave up. Now, this is a book that I came across when I had just finished reading The Martian by Andy Weir. If you guys don't know the book, then you almost definitely know the movie starring Matt Damon. And that was a book I really enjoyed, and was the first really like an interstellar book that I had read. So this is another book that was recommended if you enjoyed The Martian. So I wanted to check it out. It's supposed to be really great, and also after receiving it, I'm even more excited because it has pictures. Like, let me show you what I mean without spoiling. Like, look! I don't know, it gets me really excited. It looks like a lot of fun to read, and it's something that would be really interesting. So yeah, this one. The next book I've got here is also a nonfiction. This was actually Sharifa's pick, but I'm also really excited about reading it, and that is Dream Teams by Shane Snow. This is a book that caught my eye as well, because I feel like I've been reading a lot about personal development and individually kind of achieving a higher goal. But I feel like I am quite terrible working in teams because I tend to be quite a perfectionist, and I end up, I feel like, not delegating enough work to other people, and just it's a whole mess. So I thought this would be a really great book to start kind of understanding the dynamics of working in teams, what are some decisions I might be making wrong, that sort of thing. And also Charles Duhigg, the author of The Power of Habit, has blurbed it as an adventure into the very human science of making breakthroughs together. So yeah, so that excites me. Also, I really like the format of this book, like this size and this like feel. The feel of the book is really nice, so I'm really excited to get into it. So the next book is also a nonfiction. We've bought quite a lot of nonfictions this time, and that is A Hope More Powerful Than the Sea by Melissa Fleming. And this is a book that Sharifa found while she was browsing online, and it seems like such a great book to read. I had never heard of it prior to the book sale, but now I'm really excited about reading it. So A Hope More Powerful Than the Sea follows Dua Al-Zamel, a 19-year-old girl who in 2011 flees Syria and tries to seek a refuge in Europe along with her fiance Bassem. And Melissa Fleming has basically recorded her entire story here, and I'm really excited about reading it because I feel like there's quite a lot of power to the individual story rather than just looking at the news and looking at the numbers. This is a great way to not just understand the real human struggle in the bigger picture, but it's also a way for ourselves to kind of realize that there are people out there, real people who have gone through these experiences, and there are people still going through them, and for us to get some sense of personal accountability. Also, there's a blurb by Khalid Hosseini, which really makes me trust the book as well. And Melissa Fleming was also a spokesperson for the UNHCR, which is the United Nations Commissioner for Refugees. So that makes me a little bit more comfortable reading this book and knowing that it's reliable.
Really?
Yes. So the next book I've got here is I Contain Multitudes by Ed Yong. This is a science nonfiction book, but wait a minute, that makes it sound really boring, but it really isn't. I've heard a lot about this book. It basically it talks about microbes and the very minute things that make up our world, and I thought this would be a very interesting read, especially with the pandemic kind of raging around us, to kind of understand how microbes work. And and also this book has really high reviews, and it sounds like really exciting. Even though I was never a biology enthusiast, this sounds exciting. So yeah, I Contain Multitudes. Also, this cover is so pretty. Like, look at it. I don't know, I find it really nice. Like, wow, it's designed really well. Finally, we're moving on to some fiction. So the next book I have here is quite a famous book, and that is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. So this is a book, so I got the movie cover because they didn't really have any other covers available, which I don't really mind. Plus it is kind of cute. So this is a book that blew up quite a while ago, but I feel like it still kind of stayed in the limelight in terms of like popularity. But yeah, so I do know that Ready Player One is sort of like a dystopian science fiction blend, and it centers around a virtual reality game, and we follow our main character who tries to, I guess, win this game or something. So I haven't read it, so I don't really know much about it, but yeah, I'm really excited about reading it. If you've read it or watched the movie, let me know what you thought. But yeah, also it's quite a short read, so this is something I'm really excited to just like binge and enjoy. Hopefully I do enjoy. So the next book I have here was a pick by Sharifa, but I also really like these types of books, so I'm really excited. That is The Golden Sun by Shilpi Somaya Gowda. I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to pronounce her name. We have a previous book, which is Secret Daughter, which I still haven't read yet. So the reason I'm really excited about a book like this, even though I don't know anything about it, is because I grew up reading a lot of Indo-fiction. If you don't know what Indo-fiction is, like books like Anita Desai's Village by the Sea. What else can I give as examples? Secret Daughter, I just gave that example. My sister's sitting off to the side and listening to this whole thing, so she's giving recommendations. But yeah, Indo-fiction is something that's very comforting to me. If you haven't read any Indo-fiction, I would say the closest thing I could compare it to would be like Khaled Hosseini books. But yeah, this is an Indo-fiction book, and I'm really excited to read it. The writing style is very different with Indo-fiction, I feel like. It's a lot more descriptive, a lot more detailed, and it uses the specific descriptions of like the environment and like, let's say like fruit trees or like frangipani flowers or whatever, to like give more emotion to the story, which I think is a very interesting writing style. So if you're interested in something different, I recommend checking out Indo-fiction. So the next book I have here is Elephant Complex by John Gimlet, and this is a nonfiction book that I've been meaning to get for so long, and I've not been able to find it anywhere. The only place I was able to find it was Amazon, and it was really expensive on Amazon, and I wasn't able to get it. But yeah, so Elephant Complex, it came in hardback, which I wasn't expecting, and it is so beautiful. Like, this cover feels so nice. It's like the best type of hardback. Anyways, Elephant Complex is, according to Goodreads, the #1 book you can read about Sri Lanka. And I've read quite a few of the books that have been published about Sri Lanka, mostly about the Civil War. But this is the first book that I came across that really felt like a more all-encompassing perspective of Sri Lanka. But yeah, so Elephant Complex, I'm really excited to read this. I'm excited to see what an outsider or a foreigner would see when they come to Sri Lanka, and I've heard quite a lot about John Giblet's writing, so I'm excited to see how his lyrical writing kind of reflects in Sri Lanka. Yeah, Elephant Complex. It's so heavy. So the next book we have here is so beautiful, and that is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but yeah, this book blew up when it first came out. It's a young adult contemporary, and I believe we follow two characters who are who have been messaging each other for so long. I don't know. I don't really know much about it. I tend to go into books not really knowing too much about them. I find that I tend to enjoy them more if I don't know too much about them. But yeah, Emergency Contact. I think more than anything, this is so beautiful. Like, I don't know, this cover is so pretty and it's gold. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like shimmering gold, and I love that it has this like white border, and the inside, oh my god, wait, the author photo is so gorgeous. Like, I don't know, this whole book is pretty, and it's white on the inside and gold. Yeah, that worries me a little though. Like, white books get dirty so fast. So yeah, that worries me a little, but yeah, I'm really excited to read this. Finally, our last book, and it's the biggest one of the lot. It's not even a hardback, but it's huge, and that is Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. I love this book. I was at a point where I was like, if I don't get any of these other books, I will get Iron Gold. If you don't know what Iron Gold is, first of all, it's huge. This book is massive. Like, I am so happy I got the physical copy, because if I had to read this on ebook, Lord knows it would have taken me forever. But yeah, also, can we talk about how like normal books have author photographs like so huge, but this version is hotter and stuff than the paperback for Iron Gold. Has such a tiny picture of Pierce Brown. Oh my god. But yeah, Iron Gold. If you don't know what Iron Gold is, it's the 4th book in the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown. And the Red Rising series is probably one of my favorite series of all time. If you haven't read Red Rising by Pierce Brown yet, I highly recommend it. It is science fiction. It's the first science fiction book I read where I was like, give me more. Like, I want all the sci-fi books out there. Just to give a little bit of a synopsis, I guess, about the series. The first book, Red Rising, follows Darrow, and this is set in a world where basically people have been classified by colors. So the people at the top are golds, and then the people at the bottom of the whole pyramid of colors are reds. So reds are basically like slaves, and Darrow works basically inside Mars, where his fellow reds, they basically mine a sort of gas that is supposed to allow life to thrive on the surface of Mars and allow people from Earth, like the golds and all the other, you know, better colors, to come and basically terraform Mars and live on it. Well, things change when Darrow's wife, Io, oh wait, I feel like this is a spoiler. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too much forward, but yeah, basically we follow Darrow as he kind of journeys to find out some truths that basically flip his world upside down. And these books are insane. Every other page I'm just like shook. Also, yeah, and I just finished reading Morning Star, which is the 3rd book in the series, the one right before this, and I am so ready for this book. But yeah, if you're looking for a fun series and you've been like feeling like, you know, nothing's interesting me in book first, and you're ready for sci-fi, because I do think this is kind of heavy sci-fi if you've never read sci-fi before. But yeah, these are the books I would highly recommend. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry this chair was shaking the whole time. Let's blame it on Sharifa for purchasing it. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Bye bye, guys. Tata, can you switch off the camera?
You're done talking?
Yeah, can you switch off the camera?
No.
Tata, I can't, and I need to take a thumbnail.
Mama doing something.
Tata, please, Mama also doing something, no? Tata, what if it's not filming this whole time? Tata. Tata. Please, please.
Just get out and switch off.
Ani, I need to take a thumbnail.
Oh, you want me to take a thumbnail?
Yeah.
Mama doing?
Yeah, you might do
We're
it.
trying to find something. Give me.
Let's take a thumbnail. Okay, wait, stop the video.